Hello everybody, my name is Tenelin, and today's video is going to be talking about two things. Both the point grind for cosmic class points and being able to get your relics completed on any of your crafters. With Fiyaa, we're actually able to double dip and progress our relic tools while doing our cosmic class points, as the missions that are best for both of them, there's a certain set of sequential missions for every single crafter that is up technically at all times. It's not a time-based or weather-based mission. So you're able to actually just farm out your relic tools while getting the most points per minute that you can get in Fiyaa. Now the thing is anything in Fiyaa right now with the early base upgrades, the points per minute are actually better in Sinus Ordorum. So if you're only looking to do your cosmic class points, you should check out the weather guide or the full guide video that I put out back in Sinus Ordorum's time. That's still technically the best, except there are some new macros with the high tier 750 gear that we got in 7.3 that make them just a little bit faster as well. But let's go ahead and get into everything that I'm talking about here. I'm going to be primarily just showing you this Google Doc by Fae Fiyaa. You should definitely thank them if you ever see them in game. I believe they are on Balmung. Yeah. They put together this guide back in Sinus Ordorum, and it actually still does have the Sinus Ordorum missions as well, but this guide is the one that I've been using for all of my stuff for the cosmic missions. I'll go ahead and break down how to read this. So this is the high tier meld set for 7.3 using the newest gear that came out. What you can look at is your standard missions. It's got your progress, your quality, and durability. And this is how you find out which mission that you're doing. They have an example item, but because every single crafter job has this mission, but the item name and mission name can vary, you just use the progress, quality, and durability to figure out which mission it is. So what they've done is break down different types of food that you can use or foodless, and then what you can get rating wise with the macro provided if there is one. So for this mission in particular, the foodless macro is listed here. There's no others because you don't need it. Then you can see how many steps that macro is, how long it takes to craft, how many crafts will determine the crafting time. So for example, this one takes 40 seconds per craft, but you need 3 crafts. So the entire mission time was 120 seconds. Then this is the base points. So they have 1, 2, and 3 of the research points. And this is the 5x rewards points. So you can see as well, they have the points per minute that you can get. So on this one, it's not a very good mission. It'll only get you 97 cosmic class points per minute. So the missions I want to primarily talk about here are the EX step 1, 2, and 3 sequential missions, the ones listed in red here. These missions are actually able to get all 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 research points if you do the entire chain, and it has the highest points per minute of any of the missions available in Fiyaa right now. So you can see that the first one has 2, 4, and 5 research points. The second one has 1, 2, and 5, and the last one has 3, 4, and 5. So overall, if you repeat this entire mission over and over, while it's not the fastest way to upgrade your relic, it does give you the most points per minute, and it's relatively easy to do because you can just use what I'm doing is Ronique Steak and using the macro listed on each of them and just going through and completing these over and over pretty quickly. Now, as you can see, the first mission only has 153 points per minute, while the second has 431 and the last one has 642. If you average it out with how long each of these missions take, on the high tier melds, you're getting around 350 points per minute. Now, like I said, this is technically not as good as the things you can do in Sinus Ordorum, even on the base of where we had the weather farming back in Sinus Ordorum with the older melds, the 7.1 gear set. we were able to get up to 490 points per minute by doing these ones. And if you actually look at the level 750 high tier Sinosaurorum melds that are listed here, if you take a peek at the weather missions now, you can get 1,580 points in just under 3 minutes. So you can get a little above 500 points per minute now if you go do the weather missions in Sinosaurorum. So again, if you're looking for just cosmic class points, Sinosaurorum is technically the place to go, especially during the special weather events. I do cover all of that in another video, but just in case you want a quick, too long, didn't watch, any of the weather events like this umbral wind or the, I believe it was called cloud dust. I can't remember the exact name of it back in Sinosaurorum, which are listed here. These are when those special missions are available that you can get over 500 points per minute. Now, the thing with Faayanas is that these missions are always up. And so I'll go ahead and show you in game what I mean by that. So if you go to your stellar missions, you can always find the missions that I'm talking about, and I'll list them all here depending on the job. So on Weaver, I'm looking for the craft work for the forums what. So the thing with these are I don't have it available, so I can go ahead and initiate, and I can actually just abandon to cycle my missions. It is a little tedious. It's not what I'm a big fan of doing, but you are able to just cycle to find the mission that you're looking for. And hopefully it doesn't take too long. There it is, craft work for the forum. So with this mission, it is a sequential. This is the first of 3. So you are able to get this completed using just a 2-button macro, which I have here. And after you complete this first mission, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here. So you'll turn in that mission, and then the sequential mission will pop up automatically for you. You can click on that button there, and you'll see the craft work for the Forum 2 is now up. You'll do this one, and then there's an additional 3rd that you'll want to do as well. So if you are interested in doing all of these, I will link this document down in the description, and it will have access to multiple different macros that you can use depending on your stats. There's also a mid-tier set. Everything that I was talking about for points per minute was based on the high-tier set, but the difference is about 10 to 15 points per minute. So it's actually not that big of a difference, in my opinion. You can get away with doing the mid-tier set if you have the budget meld set as well. It shouldn't be that big of a difference. And unless you're going for all 500,000 points, you may want to upgrade your gear set to the high tier, but you don't necessarily have to. It just depends on how much time and gil you want to put in. So if you open up any of these macros, it's going to open up to the Teamcraft page where you can actually input your own stats, make sure that you're using the food that is recommended, and then just verify that you're able to actually do this craft. Another thing you can do is on the left side over here, there's a minimum stats button that you can click, and it'll show you what the minimum stats for that particular macro is. So on these ones, it's actually much lower than the recommended meld sets have them at. Just make sure you're checking each of the macros to ensure that you're able to actually complete them, and you don't have to worry about any of the stats that you need. Another thing to keep in mind is if you're not that big of a hurry, as the bases upgrade, you'll see that there are some crossed out missions on here. These missions are in the game, but are not available, and we don't know exactly what they're going to have for crafts or points per minute or how difficult they're going to be. But they will be missions that will unlock as the base upgrades overall on each server. So as we get further into completing missions as a server and we upgrade our bases, you will see some new missions come out. So if you're looking to do cosmic class point grind to get the 500,000 of each points here, you could wait and see what missions come out later, because I do have a feeling that there are going to be better missions that come out a little bit later. Just one more point that I want to just throw into this video, and then we'll wrap it up, is that all of the current weather restricted missions these EX plus, even the time restricted EX plus missions are not macroable. If you've been looking to find a way to complete these easily, you can't. Even right now on Fae's document, they have this craft is disgusting, don't farm. Oh, I don't think you can see that, but these are not good missions. They are very difficult to do. In particular, the weather one is actually not macroable right now, and the time restricted one, you can't macro the pre-craft. It's a quality maxed expert craft that I've only been able to get completed, like, I don't know, 1 in 3 attempts. It's very, very difficult to do, and it's just not worth farming out right now. It's probably one of those things that you want to just go for once to get the gold star mission completion if you're going for the achievement, but we kind of just wait and see if the upgraded relic tools that we get later down the line make this a little bit easier. But these are insanely difficult crafts, and they're not even worth the amount of points that you can get. So if you get the pre-craft completed, which again is very hard to do, you barely get 1600 points for completing these missions. And if you look up here, like, these other ones are 500 points and they're very quick. You're doing them in under a minute. These ones, I was trying to do these pre-crafts, it was taking me 5 to 10 minutes to attempt to do these. It's just not worth doing. But that's all. I hope that this video was helpful and that it kind of gives you some insight into the current Fae Fiyaa missions, because I know a lot of people have been wondering. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And of course, a big shout out to all of my members here. You too can become a member for only $1 a month, and it just really helps me out. Thank you very much for watching, and good luck out there.